Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to create a player character. This is extremely easy. You just go to Tools, Thompson Games, Character Wizard, and the workflow is the same actually for player and the AI. And then you just drag there your prefab that you want to use. I'm gonna use one from Cincy real quick. For example, this one here. Then you have some settings that you can take. For example, is this a player character? If yes, then it will be a player. If no, it's an AI. Also, the settings then differ a bit. I can show it real quick here, for example. It is also explained in the AI tutorial. So this is now for the player only. Then you select the animator and your faction. It's good to do that for the player faction if you want to have a player, but of course you can do whatever you want. Then you can either create a new equipment profile or also the inventory, the same thing, or take a pre-existing one. I'm gonna take a pre-existing one here. And then you can copy all of the mounts from an existing character or create new ones. Mounts are pretty much where the weapons will spawn. So in the hand, for example, when it's actively equipped, or on the back if you don't use the weapon currently. And this way you could just copy them from an existing character if you have that. How they are created is explained in the weapon and armor tutorial. So if you want to copy it, simply select one character or AI that already has it. The only important thing is that it has to exist in the scene here. And then you can also click that you want to have a ragdoll, and then simply hit this button here, and the character is spawned. So there are now some things to adjust. For example, the character controller. Let's just move this out here a bit. And its radius. Something like this here. Maybe a bit up. Looks good. One important thing also is the spear here. It is where the ground check happens, and you need to check if it's actually on the right position and if it does not interfere too much with the character controller, so it can actually see the ground. So here you can also change the ground distance and of course move the position of the ground check. And one more thing is for the ragdoll. It is actually the thing that does all the damage processing. So you can see here the entity body part hitbox. And you can adjust the body part name and the damage multiplier so that, for example, a head blow takes more damage than a hand or foot blow, for example. And also, of course, adjust the colliders so everything fits nicely. For example, here for the hips, it should be a bit bigger. You can just go through it and to adjust everything. Then you can also check all of the other things that are created. For example, the camera target should be here on the bottom of the feed. For the inventory camera, if everything looks nice here. And so on. You can change a lot of those values here. For example, on the player combat input, here for the directional attacks, how fast they are counted and things like that. But of course, there are a lot of values and everything is also in the documentation, and it has tooltips everywhere. So it's pretty self-explanatory. And once this is set up, then simply create a prefab out of it. And assign it here to the player spawner. This one here. And then we can try it out. So now we can see all of the weapons and everything are spawned nicely. It is because we copied the body mounts from an existing character. And of course, if you, for example, have a completely different mesh and character, different size, then there could be a small offset, but generally they will spawn at the right position. The directions work, the attacking works. You can open the inventory and everything. So all is working pretty fine. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any questions regarding the setup or anything else, feel free to write me on Discord or email, and I hope you have a nice day.